Hello, it's Saturday, second Saturday, and that means it's time for another Innovate show. So today, we're going to be going over some of the Udicci.IT platform. And on first Friday, Chuck is looking around like there's something wrong.
No, I just put the shadow on you up here.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a shadow? Oh, okay. All right. So on first Friday, September 4th, we had Udicci Presents Udicci. And it was a fairly reasonable show, except for one major missing component. The technology was not represented. And in case you've missed it up until this time, I am Tim Maslin. I am the president of Udicci, and Chuck is running production, so hopefully things are working well. And because you never know when Chuck is behind the computer what's going on. And today, I wanted to do something a little bit different, and what I wanted to do is make sure that we got a fair representation of the platform and of the technology that we're bringing to market. And there's a lot of people really don't, they come into the Studio 252 at the Hungerford building, and you sit down in here and it's really got a kind of cool vibe. We got some cool art up in the corner. The walls are painted kind of cool. We've got a green screen, and there's all sorts of cool things. And when you come in and you see all the production and lights and stuff like that, people just don't understand that Udicci is not what you see. There's a lot more to it. So when you come into our studio, there is a representation of Lexington Federal Credit Union. Well, people wonder why, and that's because we have a partnership with them, and we are working with Credit Union Market to bring a lot of things to market right now, and a lot of it is based around the technology that we're bringing to the marketplace. So today I wanted to take time and go over the Udicci.IT platform. And what it is a social platform. Yes, another social platform out on the market, and there's not enough of them already. But one of the key differences that we wanted to bring to market was that, you look at Facebook, and Facebook is great because you can stay connected to a lot of different people, and it's really easy to see what people are up to, or at least what they present to you. And it's also very just cluttered. It's chatter, it's noise. There's no purpose behind it other than, oh, I've got a voice and I'm going to shout as loud as I can. And all of a sudden people are just getting frustrated with it because it's all you have no idea what you're reading is even true. People are just sputtering stuff out there that's not even based on any foundation of truth. So it's just a lot of noise, and people are talking. We've learned how to talk, and we've learned how to voice our opinions, but who's doing anything right now? Who's actually taking the time and actually stepping aside and saying, what can I do? Not just talk about stuff. I mean, we all know things are broken out there right now, but the society as a whole is just upside down. It's backwards, and we need to get control of that. In order to get control of that, we kind of have to start holding ourselves accountable. And in order to do that, we actually have to be able to set goals so that people know the direction we're headed, and then put plans around them so that we know how we're going to get to that goal. And then we also need to put those steps behind the plan so that we know what pieces we need to do. And then we have to do them. And our system was built to help people get things done. The whole premise of PALMS, which we're going to be talking about in a minute, professional and life management system, is you say and do. So we're going to go to a quick break and see if Chuck's ready. Do you got the macros up? You probably didn't know you had to have the macros up, did you? So go to the ATEM software, and then go up into the main menu, and there's a macros, and there's a button, so make sure you're on run, and make sure you don't have it the little repeater thing going, and just click on the break. We'll be back in a minute. 2 minutes, actually, if Chuck did it right. Oh, hit play. There it is. Okay. Hit the mic. Alright, so yeah, we're going back to one. Got it. Production cues from behind the screens. So yeah, we're going to talk today a little bit more about Udicci.IT, and we're going to kind of show you a little bit behind the scenes of it. One of the main things was that I noticed that there was a bit of maybe some confusion of people trying to use the system and actually engage with us. So I wanted to start as simple as that, and so Chuck's going to queue up the videos, and I'm going to kind of talk through in the background. So go ahead and hit play here. And this video created basically going to talk about how to engage with Udicci. So you'll see the 3 buttons down below. 2 of them have red things around it. Get your, you got to stop moving the mouse. There it goes. So notice that the red border disappeared. When the red border disappears, you can click on it. In this case, I clicked on the engage button, and there's a form that comes up. And if you're not sure what you're engaging with, go check out the video. So it's a Citizen 585 video. If you haven't seen it, it's a roll call video. All you have to do is click on the play button, and it'll start playing right there. And when you're done watching it, just click here to, you can stop the video from playing, and just click here to return to the form. And when you get back to the form, fill it out. Tell us where you fit. So, I show you. It's just like any other form. You put your first name in, and you type in your last name. Provide an email address. Please provide us with your actual email address. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to communicate with you. This is not a sign up for anything. This is just an early interest form that we're collecting names of people that want to get involved in the community and get involved with the Citizen 585 initiative that we're currently pushing here in Rochester. When you go over there, choose your role. Where do you fit? Are you a business? Are you charity? Are you a social neighbor? I mean, maybe you're just somebody that lives in the community that can push a lawnmower for somebody. So select your role and tell us where your interest is. Where can you help? What can you do to help in the community? how can you provide support for somebody that may need support in your community? And then, what's your experience? I mean, obviously pushing a lawnmower is pretty easy, but maybe you're a contractor. Maybe you can hit a hammer and nail, and maybe you can build stuff for people, or fix somebody's, help fix some stairs that somebody's, on their front porch or something. So, fill out the form, and then when you're done, click on Engage Now. It'll give you a little message there, and then you can wait for a response from us. Somebody will be in touch. Once we've engaged, we've gotten that early interest form. We actually have a list we're monitoring, and we're building a list of people that are participating in the Rochester community already, and we need more people. The biggest thing right now is we absolutely need more people. We need as many people out there helping in this initiative as we can possibly get. Once once you get involved, we want to set you up with a profile on Udicci. Well, what does that mean? It means a lot of stuff, actually, because there's just a tremendous amount of things that we could kind of push towards teaching you. But let's focus on the basics, right? So Chuck, the second video is logging in and navigating the UI. So we're going to skip over this video, and Chuck's going to hit play. All right, again, you wait till the borders, the red disappears from the borders. You have the 3 buttons there. I'm going to show you, click on the login button. Now, we will have provided you with a username and password that you can use to log into our system. Right now in this demo, I'm logging in as Ulysses, the Constantine, who is our stick figure representation and spokesperson. And once you log in, you'll notice that you only have one button there. And of course, it's red, and what it's doing is it's kind of prepping the system for you to interact with, and giving you time to read the story. Once the red disappears, you click on Continue. The first thing you need to know is up in the upper left-hand corner, there is a menu. That menu is just similar to what you see on a lot of other mobile apps. You click on it, it pops out a menu, and under the menus, the gray menus are Palms and Udicci.TV and Connect. That's actually Citizen Rock still, that one, isn't it? And Fixel and Log Off. Well, Log Off is obvious, but under Palms, you'll notice that we have submenus. .me and small business. What you're looking at is the interface for Palms. The tabs across the top are you, say, and do, and we call them tabs because you can actually click on them. And when you click on a tab, it will reload what's underneath that tab. The next version, so I click on do, forgot about that. And underneath that, we have what we call the toolbar. The toolbar is similar to the tabs. You click on the area to get to a list of items. In this case, I'm going to click on the goals, and you'll see a list of goals. Now, that's all my development environment. There's some crap data out there, so there's really not, not a lot of pertinent stuff. But the point here is that you're navigating with the tabs across the top, you, say, and do, and the toolbars underneath. And then you can click on edit a record or close a record or anything else. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how we are navigating through the menus, the tabs, and the toolbars. And those are, those are kind of the top level menu system of navigating our system. You should be able to get to pretty much anything you need to get to in our system through those pieces. So right now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about the navigation of the system, and we're going to actually show you Palms, the professional and life management system, and how to navigate through that. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So far we've talked about engaging with Udicci, and we've talked about logging in and kind of the main navigation of the system. Now, we keep talking about professional and life management system. So today I wanted to kind of dig a little bit deeper into what that is. So Chuck, you want to pull this video up, and we're going to do the same format. I'll talk behind it. And PALM's Professional and Life Management System. Essentially what we're looking at is the PALM system, as you say and do. And there's a me side of it and a small business side of it. And the me side is we're currently in do. And right now we're going to the navigation across the board is very, very similar. So I wanted to just kind of focus in on one area. For this one, we're looking at a list of goals. You can click on the add new goal to get to add a form that allows you to add a new goal. And of course, all of this is permission based. You can only do what you have permission to do. Once you go in and you enter the form, and after you've added a record, you can choose to delete it if you want to. In this case, you get the option of yes or no, but I'm going to click on no in this particular demo. And we're going to go over to the edit on this record so that you can see what it's like after you've added a record. So I'll click on edit, and you can see how we filled out the form with some details about the goal that we've entered into the system. Underneath here, there's a lot of different fields that you can go in, and you make your changes in the field, and you can change anything on the form that you have access to change. And once you're done making all your changes, you simply go down to the middle button where it says save, and you click on the save button. Now I'm not going to click on there because we're going to talk about associated records. In this case, the goal that we're looking at is the what is it? I can provide community support, and my eyes must be getting old or something. And then underneath there's a milestone already associated with it. And underneath that, there's an engage 100 people in the community milestone. So we're going to click on the edit of the milestone. And again, now notice up top that there's a breadcrumb trail showing where we're at in the system. And of course, I can go down. That was weird. It must be a video thing or something. And underneath the milestone, you can create plans, objectives. And in this case, we're going to go in and create a plan. So to show you what an add new looks like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to create myself a little plan, get people involved, get the community involvement. And again, you fill out the form, it'll validate, make sure that you put in the data that it needs to process accordingly. You can't just leave things blank. Put something meaningful in there. Take the time to really identify what it is about the plan. Now, I'm not going to go through this in the video and do all the way, through all of the different form fields, but you can get an idea that you general text, whatever you need to put in there for it to be clear to the people that are going to be involved in this plan with you. Then I go down and I click on save, and once I click on save, you'll see it shows up in the list underneath. And you also see that up above there was there's a plan was saved correctly, and it was added to the breadcrumb list. When you click on a breadcrumb, it takes you back to that point in the list, and you can kind of see it going through changing. And I'm going to click on the goal, and it even takes you to the form, so you can navigate using the breadcrumbs as quickly as navigating through the different records. So that's it for that one. Pardon me, I was trying to get in a drink before the video came back. Anyways, so the navigation is pretty straightforward as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they're definitely, one thing we've said since day one, we are not UI guys, okay? One thing, this has been me developing. I am not the best developer in the world. I know some things, I've been in the industry quite a while, but I know that I'm not a UI guy. I know that there's a lot of things that can be improved. We know there's a lot of things that need to be improved, and the direction that we're headed is to make those improvements and bring on the people that can actually add those improvements to the system. That's where we're at. That's reality business, social business, right? So, and you know, Chuck's got a good eye. He's been able to help and guide in a lot of areas for the UI side. I've got a lot of background in there. So, you know, we think we've got a pretty solid UI, but we know we need work. So the next thing we're going to talk about, this is kind of a little bit more of a behind the scenes video. And it's actually preparing for production. So all these videos that you're seeing right now.
Navigating through specific.
Is what? No.
Navigating through specific command.
No, not that one. You should have preparing for production. Should be next.
So we're just
Oh.
skipping navigating.
Oh, I must have accidentally kicked it outward. My setup. Production, pre-production issues.
Okay.
So this video, it really kind of shows, you know, we put a lot of media. If you watched any Udicci.TV episode in the past, 6 months, you'll see that there's been times where we've had it working, and then there's times where it wasn't quite working the way we wanted it, so it disappeared for a little bit. But then you'll see it more consistently showing up in Udicci.TV production. If you watch Thursday night when La Morella, did I say that right? La Morella, I think it was. The band that was here, we actually brought video in with that. And we were kind of playing with, fading it into live studio to music on the video. But this kind of shows what I go through in the background to bring all of this to life. So Chuck's we're going to start right into a new UI that you've never seen before. Well, maybe you've seen it if you watched Udicci.TV. And what I did here is it playing? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm on the social board. I'm actually on the desktop user interface, which has a lot more options, as you can see. And we're on the Udicci.TV social board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in quick, and I'm going to turn off a lot of the other topics. So I go through, I turn off all the other topics on TV so I can be focused on Innovate. Again, we're not UI guys, but I know that one needs a lot of help. So where we're at, I go in, I grab a link from YouTube, and I pasted it inside of the perspective box that's at the top. And you'll notice that it brings in the YouTube information down below. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to give my perspective a title, I'm going to assign it to a category, and I'm actually just going to go in and add that perspective. What it does is it adds that video as a video to the social board. So what you're looking at, this video is a video inside the video of like what you're seeing. If I could explain this, let's see. So where it says preparing for production, Udicci.TV social board at the very top is actually the interface that I am building inside of this video. So it's kind of a, like what are they watching the windows inside the windows or something? And when we get done, we're not gonna fade back to me, Chuck. After we get done with this video, I actually want you to just you can close this window when it's done playing, and you'll see all of the videos that show up in the list of what I'm building right now. So I created, I think, 6 videos for today. I think that's what it was, and I'm going through and I'm putting them into the social board so that we can actually play them on our live production. And it's kind of a little bit of a tedious and recurring process that you have to go through, but it's adding a perspective. It's adding it fairly quickly, and this gives us the ability to bring the videos into the system. Now, once they're in as a perspective on a social board, the next step, and as a kind of a little bit of a hint, next time on Innovate, we're actually going to show you how to take these perspectives that we're adding to social boards and put them into a storyline. And we're going to talk about presents. We're going to show you presents. We're going to show you how we bring all of these perspectives, put them into a story that then can be presented to an audience. So, Chuck, go ahead and just close that window. You did. Okay, thank you. You were ahead of me. And notice the different links. So scroll down a little bit, Chuck. And you'll notice that if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see actually videos from previous Innovate shows. So you can always go back and see all of the ones that we've ever used on the show before. But for today, this is what it was. So we can come back to me. We're gonna take another short break, trying to get into the live TV, your name here, looking for anybody who wants to actually come on as sponsors of Innovate and other TV shows, which we can talk about that more on our Thursday night shows. So we're gonna go to a quick break and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, so we're on one. Okay. Production cues. It's funny because if you've never been here and never experienced live production, at times it can be very maddening. It can be just a madhouse. You get, oh, the cameras look great, and then all of a sudden people come in. I'm gonna sit over. And everybody has that tendency to pick up a chair and move, but that's what we do. That's what we go through, and all of this is for marketing because we are a technology and marketing startup, and quite honestly, we truly do believe that we are running something incredibly large here. The technology that we've spent almost 6 years creating now, what we're showing you, is actually it's a platform that competes with some pretty well-known names and some people who are hitting the market right now with some just incredible solutions, and we're pacing with them. We see it because we live this marketplace, and it's an exciting time, but we're also looking for people that want to help, especially when it comes to citizens. So right now we're going to kind of go over to the Citizen Connect video, and this one I'm pretty certain I actually had changed the name by this point. So just because I had to go in and our solution was set up initially as Citizen Rock because that's what we presented it as, and actually we took on and we wanted to go in and call it Citizen Connect because we felt that was a much more appropriate name and our solution. So I'm going to log in as Ulysses again, and I'm going to kind of step right from the user experience logging in and actually go directly to the Citizen Connect. So what do? You log in, You wait for the red to disappear, because red means stop. You can't do anything. You can't do anything with it. And it'll disappear. It's going to turn gray. Ready? Wait for it. There it is. Click on it. Now, it comes up to Palms by default. So, in this case, we're actually going to click on the menu in the upper left-hand corner, and we're going to find Citizen Connect in our menu. There it is. And we're going to click on Citizen Connect so that we can get to the Citizen Connect social solution. Now, the media interface, again, has the tabs across the top. We have housing, transport, housing, right? Yeah, transport, childcare, and health, and education. Each tab has the toolbars, same toolbars in this particular social solution are all the same underneath each tab, because we're just segregating the lists based on what we're looking at. So when you click on education, you get a list of the education entries that were available in Citizen Rock. Now these are organizations, they're mock-up dummy organizations, but they are actually organizations that we want to start building our system around that can help people. So notice I went over to the volunteer posts. These are samples of what volunteer posts might be. So these are people, maybe not organizations, but people who can help. And then you have your citizen posts. These are the people that need help. These are all the people that have come into the system and said, I need help with tutoring my child, or I need somebody to mow my lawn, or I need a ride over to a doctor's appointment. And again, you have all of the ability to add, edit, delete, and it gives you the option. Oh, sorry, I was I fell asleep on that one too. All right, so that's Citizen Connect, and again, it's all about identifying organizations that can help, identifying people who can help, and whether it's 18 to 20 or 50, retired, 60, what, it doesn't matter. It's people that can help, and that's all we want right now, is just to provide a way for organizations and volunteers to connect to people in the community that need help. And so all we want from you, go out to Udicci.us, engage, tell us how you can help, tell us where you could help, tell us about what you want to do. And with that, we're going to go on another quick break, and when we come back, we're actually going to talk more about Citizen 585 and another one of the projects that we have going on here in Rochester with a local venue. We'll be right back. No mic? Mic? Got mic?
Yeah, mine.
Got mic?
Yeah.
Got audio? Wow. All right. Chuck caught me off guard on that one. I was,
That was kind of a weird. The macro?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So, I wonder. Okay. Anyways, we're on number 2. So far we've talked about. Let's see. Let's review. Okay. What have we done so far? We've taught you how to engage on Udicci.IT. We've taught you how to log in once we've given you a profile and your username, because you have to engage with us in order to get a profile. That's a rule. That's how we're doing it right now. Third thing we taught you is how to go through the Palm system. A little bit about the navigation. There will be a lot more detail coming out in the near future. We'll have a lot more videos as we continue to make progress on the UI. We'll also bring all of those in, and we'll just keep sharing videos because we're a social media company. Video, everybody can watch a 2-minute video or a 3-minute video and get the idea. And once you start to understand how all of this comes together, you see how now all of a sudden you have one platform that you can manage your entire life in, and be notified on things. And there's so many more things that we're talking about doing. I mean, we're talking community commerce, we're talking the ability to control your own data, and all these other great concepts in the direction that we're headed that absolutely are going to be worthwhile inside your in your daily lives, because it's all about protecting your data, but acting on your data and interacting with your data, and then interacting with other people in useful and in ways that actually have a purpose, not just chatter. So, jumping back to Citizen 585, what is Citizen 585? All right, well, Citizen 585 is actually an initiative that Chuck and I started with Udicci, and no, I'm sorry, not this one. No,
Who started this?
who started this?
Huh?
I thought you.
Basically, Brandon started that Facebook page, which was Rochester Citizens Against Poverty.
Well, it was the Citizens Against Poverty. It started, okay, so back up. We didn't start it, the movement, so to speak, but this is our representation of what we're doing inside of the Rochester's community, or Citizens Against Poverty, right? Better way of putting it? Okay, something like that. So what it is we want to get people involved. Because right now, and I can give 100 examples just from things that I've seen in the news locally, from whether it be from the shootings. There was, at one point, there was a shooting every 32 hours, and then people were saying it was even less than that. And now it's, just people need help. Because as the economy continues to struggle, as people continue to struggle, and there just seems to be this really kind of twisted thought process that needs to be corrected. And it's got to start with us helping people. It really has to start with helping others in the community. And Citizen 585 is meant to have, it's great that you're doing something, it's great that we're doing something, and then you have somebody over here doing something, and there's all these different people that are basically running in the same general direction. And if we somehow found a way to all work together and bring our own individual efforts into a combined effort, then that's what we need in society. Part of the technology is to actually help facilitate a lot of that direction. A lot of those working together. What are you doing? What resources can we provide you to help you do what you do? And what could you provide us to help us do what we do? So that we can start working together and actually moving forward in one capacity versus 100 that are just separated out. I mean, we all got the same heart. We all want to help. We all want to make a change. We all want to see a difference. But we can't be doing it in individual paths. And everybody has great ideas. But we have to somehow find a way to get them all working together, because that's going to make it that much stronger. And for Citizen 585, one of the main things that we want to accomplish out of this is to get community involvement and actually turn it into a national venture. And so you have Citizen 315, Citizen 716, and actually learn from what we're doing here and show what works here and bring that to other neighborhoods and take what they're doing in other neighborhoods and collaborate with them and see what we can do to make things work better here. It's all about learning from mistakes that anybody and everybody makes and being able to make things better as we continue to push forward, because we're all going to have to work together in order to push this thing forward. So now, one of okay, that was Jeremy apparently, huh? Social business can be distracting sometimes. I should not have had my phone over here, I guess. So another thing we have going on right now is actually here in Rochester, and part of Udicci.TV, we actually want to get a new show started, a new series started called Homegrown. What do we call it? Homegrown, just flat Homegrown. And Homegrown, we want to actually start including other bands from the community, from around Rochester. And we're already talking with a venue right now that we want to actually get them to kind of lead this charge. And what it is we want to do, we actually call it, the venue will have a profile, and they're going to have a story on their profile called Rochester's Homegrown Music. And within the story, local music enthusiasts are going to be asked to participate. We're not talking about just going in and chattering. We want to contribute to online conversations where they share their own personal stories, their thoughts, and their opinions. And then the bands are going to have a board where they can submit their music as a video, and the venue can then review these submissions and add it to the homegrown story. And as they start to build this story, we're going to start taking some of those, not taking them, but we're going to actually include them in the Udicci.TV episode of the Homegrown series. So it's kind of our way of helping the local music get their name out there and get recognition and get heard. And that's that's one of those exciting things that we've got kind of in the works right now. And one of the things that we're hopefully going to have within the next couple of weeks starting up. So make sure you watch Udicci.TV and check that out and keep an eye on that, because we will definitely be adding that one sometime soon. So all that, and we're going to I think we're about 2 minutes ahead. We're going to actually go to a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll do a wrap up. And make sure you don't stop watching, because So this has been another kind of probably long and boring and confusing and, you know, no, I'm just kidding. It's Innovate. We're trying to get our story out there the best we can. Right now, it's Chuck and I. That's it. It's just Chuck and I. Now, there are other people that are kind of on the wings helping us and doing certain parts, but you know, it is still the two of us doing the majority of the work on Udicci right now. So, you know, we just ask for patience. That's all. Just ask for patience. And you know, we're making strides towards getting better. We're trying to do things better. I'm trying to learn the best I can as quick as I can and trying to implement the new technologies and the latest and greatest and what everybody wants to see into our platform the best I can. And you know, Chuck's excited about the new mediation agreements and how we associate with profiles. And there's a whole nother level. I know, mediation agreements, where'd that come from? But that's a whole nother thing that we got to talk about sometime, right? Yes, mediation agreements. That's actually where we create a relationship between two profiles. And that agreement dictates how people can interact with your data and how you can interact with others' data. We'll get into that another time. In the meantime, we're going to call up a video. And on this video, we're going to preview. Whew. Oh man, I felt that one coming. That sucks sneezing on camera, doesn't it? So, we're going to go over to the video. Why couldn't you have called up the video just a little bit sooner? See, you were all ready and it wasn't even there. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at a Udicci profile. My profile, I am actually on the Ulysses D. Constantine profile on this video. And we're looking at the relationship that Ulysses has with me. So Ulysses actually is kind of our super administrator, so he has all roles, all the ability to do pretty much everything. And this kind of shows you how I'm pulling together the interface. And you'll see that there are roles associated with a profile, and then there are users associated with a role. And when you click on the user, you can go in and you know, for Ulysses, you can actually manage it, and then you can see all your mediation agreements between that user and you. And man, that's weird how it does that. So you can close that form up, but you see how I'm trying to interweave some of the more, you know, kind of give it a little bit more of a nice look and a little bit more appealing look. And you know, and again, this is me. I'm not a UI guy. I'm a decent programmer. I know a lot of guys that are way better than me in a lot of areas. So, you know, this is me trying to do my best on getting us a prototype workable solution, and I think that we've kind of done a pretty darn good job of pulling it together because I use it every single day. I use it to manage the code for the platform. I use it to manage profiles, social solutions, interfaces, all of that. I'm actually using our platform to develop. So in reality, I'm actually using the platform to build upon itself. They call it platform as a service or crowdsourced. So if you're a developer and you have any interest in getting involved and learning how to code for our UI, please reach out to me, tim@udicci.me. Again, my email, tim@udicci.me. So, today was a little bit better representation of Udicci.IT, I think. Wasn't great. It definitely needs a lot of work in the presentation and everything else we're doing. And, you know, quite honestly, right now we're making strides and we have a lot going on. We have a lot of opportunities in a lot of different markets. We're looking at the opportunities in the credit union market and the auto market, the insurance market. We have a huge relationship right now. We're working with a national insurance company and bringing in body shops into the mix now. And we've got all sorts of other opportunities inside of small business, inside with education, with schools and such. So we're excited to bring our product to market. We really are. And we really believe that there is something to what we are doing. And Citizen Connect, we need people helping us. Go out to Udicci.us, engage. Please engage. Help us, help the community. Let's get this thing moving. Let's get it going, and let's make it happen. Thanks for joining me. I'm Tim Maslin, president of Udicci, and you've been watching Innovate. Thanks for watching.